Good evening, I'm Apolinario, 30 Dignadis Valencia, and this is Philippine Headlines. In Luzon, 4 families affected by fire in Westcom Hartman. Bureau of Fire Protection probes 2 possible causes. 4 families were affected by a fire that broke out along Westcom Hartman Road in Zone 1 in Bagong Silang, Barangay San Miguel, in the city of Puerto Princesa, the province of Palawan on the morning. According to Senior Fire Officer Juan Carl Barister Conde, head of the Bureau of Fire Protection Intelligence and Investigation Unit, 4 structures were severely damaged while 1 was reportedly partially damaged. Authorities are currently looking into 2 possible causes of the fire: unattended cooking and electrical faults. This is the 3rd recorded fire incident in the city of Puerto Princesa for the month of March. The Bureau of Fire Protection, or BFP, is still conducting an investigation and is reminding the public to remain alert at all times. In Visayas, warning signage on dug-up road causes death of a motorist. Blood was seen on the road in Barangay Kiling, Tanawan Leyte after a motorcycle crashed into a warning signage placed by Prime Water at around 8 p.m. on March 22. The signage was installed to mark a portion of the road that had been dug up in the said area. According to reports, the unidentified motorist was a resident of Barangay Binong Toan and was on the way on the town proper. Personnel from Municipal Disaster Risk Reduction and Management Office, or MDRRMO, immediately responded to the incident, but the motorist was declared dead on the spot. In Mindanao, female motorist dies in vehicular crash in the city of Coronadal. A female motorist lost her life following a 3-vehicle collision along Balmore Street in Barangay Santo Niño, the city of Coronadal, the province of South Cotabato, at around 8:40 a.m. on Monday. The victim was identified as alias Che, 36 years old, a resident of the municipality of Tantangan. The vehicles involved in the accident included a Toyota Fortuner driven by alias Mel, 57 years old, from Barangay Santo Niño, and a tricycle driver by alias Lito, 49 years old, from Barangay GPS. According to Coronadal PNP Traffic Investigation Police Senior Master Sergeant Leo Di Maculangan, the Fortuner attempted to overtake the tricycle but sideswiped its rear portion. That caused the tricycle to lose control and crash into the victim, who was traveling in the opposite direction. Due to the impact, the motorcycle and the victim were dragged underneath the Fortuner. She was rushed to the South Cotabato Provincial Hospital but was declared dead on arrival by attending doctors. Meanwhile, the tricycle driver sustained only minor injuries. Authorities have taken custody of the involved vehicles as the Philippine National Police in Coronadal continues its investigation for proper disposition. In the other news, 25 Filipinos evacuated from Israel return home safely. A total of 25 Filipinos evacuated from Israel have safely arrived here in the Philippines, according to a government report. The group arrived abroad on an Oman Air flight, which landed at Terminal 1 of Ninoy Aquino International Airport at around 9 p.m., where they were warmly welcomed by authorities. The returnees are part of the 4th batch of affected overseas Filipino workers, or OFWs, evacuated from Israel via the Taba border in Egypt. The group includes 24 OFWs and 1 child. According to the Department of Migrant Workers, those who arrived were immediately provided with various forms of assistance, including financial aid, medical support, transportation, and temporary hotel accommodation. The government continues its efforts to assist and repatriate other Filipinos affected by ongoing tensions in the Middle East. And our business update, Novartis to mark experimental breast cancer drug in up to $3 billion deal. Swiss drug maker Novartis on Friday agreed to buy a breast cancer drug candidate for up to $3 billion from U.S. biotech firm Sinovation Therapeutics, adding a target therapy to its pipeline of cancer drugs. The company will pay $2 billion upfront and up to $1 billion from that is contingent on further development achievement as part of the deal. The experimental drug Sinovac 4818 belongs to a class of selective phosphodiesterase kinase alpha inhibitors, a new approach for the treatment of a type of breast cancer known as HR positive, HER2 negative, and potentially other solid tumors. The acquisition adds to a growing pipeline of targeted cancer therapies, including a radioligand therapy candidate that Novartis is already testing. SNV 4818 is currently in early stage trials as shown promising activity against tumors in lab studies, Novartis said. Sinovation's drug targets only the mutated from a form of phosphoinositide C3 kinase alpha, an enzyme that often malfunctions in breast and other forms of cancer, while sparing the normal version found in healthy cells. And it aims to avoid the side effects seen with existing phosphoinositide 3 kinase alpha inhibiting therapies. Novartis accepts that deal to close in the first half of this year. In Luzon, 47-year-old man arrested for illegal possession of a firearm. A 47-year-old man was arrested for illegal possession of a firearm in Aglipay, the province of Quirino, on March 20 through the implementation of a search warrant. The suspect is a resident of the said municipality. The Aglipay Municipal Police Station led by the service of the search warrant, which resulted in the suspect's arrest. Authorities reportedly recovered one firearm and several rounds of ammunition from the suspect, allegedly without the necessary documents to prove legal ownership. The seized evidence was inventoried and brought to the Aglipay Municipal Police Station for proper disposition. The suspect now faces charge under the Republic Act No. 10591, also known as the Comprehensive Firearms and Ammunition Regulation Act, for illegal possession of firearms. The police station also reminded the public that possessing firearms without the proper permit is illegal and violators may be held accountable under the law. In Visayas, woman dead after pickup truck shot at the municipality of Dueñas. A woman dead after the pickup truck she was riding in was fired upon in Barangay Poblacion A in the municipality of Dueñas, the province of Iloilo. According to the report, the pickup truck was parked in the area because it was being repaired at a workshop. There were two people inside the vehicle, the woman and a male driver. Witnesses said a red car approached the pickup truck and opened fire on its occupants. Based on initial information, the woman sustained a gunshot wound to the chest. The victims were immediately rushed to the hospital, but the woman was declared dead on arrival. Authorities are still determining the condition of the male driver. Personnel from the scene of the crime, operatives or SOCO, are already at the scene conducting an investigation. In Mindanao, fire incident at National High School in Catalunan Pequeño. A fire broke out at Catalunan Pequeño National High School in Barangay Catalunan Pequeño in the city of Davao yesterday on Monday morning. According to a resident, students were immediately evacuated and temporarily transferred to a nearby elementary school to ensure their safety while firefighters responded to the scene. In the other news, first oil research laboratory in the Philippines to be built in the city of Puerto Princesa. The Philippines is set to open its first ever local laboratory dedicated to oil or petroleum research, which will be established and launched at Palawan State University or PAL-SU on March 25 this year. This project is a collaboration between the Department of Science and Technology or DOST and PAL-SU, aimed at studying ways to make oil and gas extraction within the country more efficient and cost-effective. According to DOST Secretary Renato Solidum Jr., the initiative has become increasingly important due to the continued rise in global fuel prices driven by the ongoing crisis in the Middle East. With the help of the new laboratory, the country will be able to develop its own equipment and techniques for oil exploration, reducing reliance on foreign resources. The facility is funded with a budget of 4.9 million pesos and is expected to play a key role in securing a more stable and affordable energy supply for the Philippines in the future. And our business update, 20 billion pesos from Malampaya Fund planned for use by the government to address the impact of the Middle East conflict. The government plans to use 20 billion pesos from the Malampaya Natural Gas Fund to address the effects of the conflict in the Middle East on the country. During the Senate hearing of the Proactive Response and Oversight for Timely and Effective Crisis Strategy or PROTEC, Budget Secretary Rolando Toledo said that the Executive Department has identified possible funding sources for a crisis response package amounting to 210 billion pesos. Of this amount, 10 billion pesos consists of continuing appropriations from the 2025 national budget, while 200 billion pesos will come from the 2026 General Appropriations Act or GAA. Aside from the additional 20 billion pesos from the Malampaya Fund, the government is still looking for over 230 billion pesos to fully address the situation. Toledo added that 63.8 billion pesos will be allocated to the Department of Social Welfare and Development or DSWD to protective services to affected families. 4.2 billion pesos for the Department of Migrant Workers or DMW, 2 billion pesos for the Department of Trade and Industry or DTI to support MSMEs, business centers and other programs, and 1.2 billion pesos for the Department of Foreign Affairs or DFA for assistance to nationals and legal aid funds. The remaining funds will be allocated for fuel subsidy, assistance for farmers and the transport sector. The Malampaya Fund, meanwhile, was established as a special fund under Presidential Decree number 910 issued by the former President Ferdinand Marcos Sr. in 1976 and is intended to support energy resource development and government projects. In Luzon, Chinese soft-shell turtle found in Apayao. Following the discovery of a Cantor's giant soft-shell turtle in the Apayao River named Malaya, another resident turned over a Chinese soft-shell turtle to the Department of Environment and Natural Resources or DENR office. The turtle was found by Christian Marukin from the municipality of Flora, the province of Apayao. He identified the species based on the smooth, skin-like shell, particularly its olive brown color, along with its flat, disc-shaped body. It uses its long snout to breathe, while its uniquely structured limbs help it swim quickly. This is a protected species that typically feeds on small fish. Regional Executive Director Paquito Moreno Jr. of DENR Cordillera Administrative Region reminded the public about the proper care and protection of wildlife and the importance of continued cooperation with the agency to help conserve species that are at risk of extinction. The turtle is currently under the custody of DENR Senro Calanasan, where it is being cared for and observed. In Visayas, taxi drivers and operators targeted by Iloilo City government for fuel subsidy. The Iloilo City government is working to include taxi drivers and operators in the fuel subsidy program so they can also receive assistance. According to Joy Fantilaga Gorzal, spokesperson of Mayor Raisa Treñas, the subsidy for taxi drivers and operators has not yet been included in the city's budget. However, the government is currently looking for ways to support them. At present, only tricycle drivers and operators have received the fuel subsidy in the first batch, while public utility jeepney drivers and operators are next in line. It was learned that the city allocated more than 3 million pesos for the fuel subsidy for drivers as assistance amid rising fuel prices. In Mindanao, fire hits church under renovation in the province of Bukidnon. A church undergoing renovation in Barangay Halapitan in the municipality of San Fernando, the province of Bukidnon, was engulfed by fire at around 7 a.m. on Monday, March 23. Based on the initial investigation of the Bureau of Fire Protection or BFP, the fire was possibly caused by a candle left burning on the altar. The flames spread quickly as the structure was made of light materials. No injuries were reported in the incident, but damage is estimated to reach around 150,000 pesos. In the other news, a concerned netizen expressed frustration after trash left by hikers was found scattered at Bagumbayan Peaks in the municipality of Bagumbayan, the province of Sultan Kudarat. Did you just come here to bring garbage? If you're going to leave your trash here, then don't go hiking anymore. That's the said netizen Jeffrey Valdez Flores. He added that the view is truly beautiful and should not be treated as a dumping ground for waste. In his post, he also joked that if anyone were caught, he would push them off the cliff along with a tongue out emoji. The photos shared in his post show scattered plastic bottles and some cellophane wrappers. And our business update, the first shipment of Russian oil to the Philippines in 5 years arrived in Bataan. The first shipment of crude oil from Russia to the Philippines in 5 years has arrived as part of the country's effort to find alternative oil supplies amid the global energy crisis. According to reports, a tanker carrying around 100,000 tons of ESPO blend crude from Cosmino port in Russia arrived in Limay, Bataan on Tuesday and is set to be delivered to the refinery of Petron Corporation. Shipping data from international analytics firms show that the vessel Sara Sky, flying the flag of Sierra Leone, docked in the country at around 2 p.m. Earlier reports said in the Philippines is expected to import oil from Russia as an alternative source, especially amid concerns over possible supply shortages due to tensions in the Middle East, particularly in the Strait of Hormuz. According to Sharon Garin, the Department of Energy continues to explore all possible oil sources, including Russia. Meanwhile, the government confirmed it is also coordinating with other suppliers from Thailand, Japan, and Singapore to ensure a sufficient energy supply in the country. In line with this, President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. has issued an order declaring a national energy emergency to speed up fuel procurement, allow advanced payments for contracts, and ensure the continuous supply of oil and other essential products amid the crisis. The government said the order will remain in effect for 1 year while the global energy market situation continues to be monitored. In Luzon, 2 houses gutted by fire in the municipality of Villasis. Two ancestral houses were destroyed by fire in Barangay Puelay in the municipality of Villasis, the province of Pangasinan, at around 1 a.m. According to the Bureau of Fire Protection or BFP Villasis, firefighters responded quickly to extinguish the blaze and prevent it from spreading to nearby houses. Despite the incident, no casualties or injuries were reported. Authorities are still investigating to determine the cause of the fire and assess the total amount of damage. In Visayas, two doctors at Bacolod City Health Office issued show cause orders over complaints. Two doctors working at the Bacolod City Health Office have been issued show cause orders following the receipt of serious complaints against them. The complaints stem from separate issues faced by each doctor. One was reported by their own staff, while the other was filed by a patient. The city government took this action to allow the doctors to explain the allegations of misconduct within the health office. At present, the local government of Bacolod is waiting the formal explanations from the two doctors regarding the complaints. In Mindanao, street concert ends in jail. Man arrested by girlfriend after wild behavior. A 23-year-old man identified as Harvey was arrested by barangay watchmen and detained at Police Station 10 after causing a disturbance in Purok 2, Barangay Tablon on Tuesday night. The incident began due to the suspect's intoxication, which led to a heated argument between him and his 23-year-old girlfriend, Rosil. Instead of the romantic evening, Harvey created a loud concert in the middle of the street, alarming nearby residents. A neighbor named Blair attempted to calm him down, but the suspect refused to listen and became even more unruly due to the effects of alcohol. As a result, Barangay Tablon watchmen responded and arrested him. Harvey was given free accommodation in a jail cell, where he could continue his drama quietly and prevent further disturbance in the community. The incident was already been officially recorded in the barangay blotter after Rosil herself reported her boyfriend for record purposes. Harvey remains in custody while waiting to sober up. This incident serves as a reminder that true courage is not found in a bottle, but in controlling one's pride to avoid ending the night at the police station. In the other news, many Bangsamoro families gathered to take part in the Eid al-Fitr or the Feast of Breaking the Fast congregational prayer last March 21 this year at the Office of the Chief Minister or OCM grounds in the Bangsamoro Government Center in the city of Cotabato. Bangsamoro Grand Mufti Abdul Rauf Gualani himself led the Eid prayer that delivered the khutbah or sermon marking the end of Ramadan 2026 here in the Philippines. Chief Minister Abdul Rauf Makakwa also attended the congregational prayer together with his family. Eid al-Fitr is celebrated annually by Muslims around the world through prayers, feasts, and acts of charity after a month of fasting. It remains one of the most important occasions in the Islamic faith. And our business update, Lazada breaks records to celebrate the 14th anniversary this year. Lazada is marking its 14th anniversary with a series of wellness activities and a birthday sale set to kick off tonight. As part of the celebration, Lazada also joined forces with participants from Singapore, Vietnam, and Malaysia to break global milestones, with the Philippines playing a key role in securing 2 official Guinness World Records titles. This included the largest toast with soft drinks across multiple venues, gathering 2,728 participants, and the most people unwrapping presents simultaneously in multiple venues, with 2,625 participants recorded. In Luzon, release of a snake turns into a chase and laughter. We took care of it, and this is the payback. It's really a snake. What was supposed to be a careful release of a sub-adult Philippine spitting cobra, or scientific name Naha philippinensis, in a forested area of Marinduque on March 26 turned into a mix of panic and laughter. In a video shared by provincial veterinarian Dr. J.M. Victoria, instead of slithering away after being released from its container, the 1.3-meter cobra spat venom and quickly moved toward him. We even took care of it first, and this is how it repays us. It's really a snake. We've been doing rescues and releases for a long time, and this is the first time one actually chased me. Dr. Victoria said the cobra was rescued by the Marinduque Animal and Wildlife Rescue Emergency Response Team, or MAURERT, in Barangay Dawis in the municipality of Gasan. So far this March, the Marinduque Provincial Veterinary Office has successfully released 5 cobras and 3 reticulated pythons back into their natural habitat. In Visayas, the child's bag was stuffed with trash by classmates. The mother was furious. A mother in the city of Cebu erupted in anger after discovering that her child's bag had been piled up trash when the child arrived home. According to a Facebook video uploaded by Dalagera Mom Vlog, the mother can be heard asking her child who placed the garbage inside the bag. The child responded that it was allegedly done by their classmates.
Puro na siya basura. Kasi ganyan, tanawa gun sa kahugaw. Imong bag, imong basurahan.
In Mindanao, several drivers and commuters in the city of Davao joined a rally. Many drivers, commuters, and volunteers gathered for a strike or rally at Matina Crossing in the city of Davao this Friday. The participants included drivers who are members of the Matina Pangi Association. According to one of the drivers, 67-year-old Sami Adlawon, their main demands is to lower fuel prices and expedite the release of subsidies. He also revealed that even if fares are increased by 1 peso, it would still not be enough, as passenger numbers have declined due to the availability of buses offering free rides. Meanwhile, commuter Jay Lozano, a youth advocate for the Pro-People Transportation Network, also joined the activity. He echoed the call to stop fuel price hikes, remove VAT and excise taxes, and provide assistance or aid to drivers. However, the rally ended quickly after police from the Talomo police station reprimanded the protesters for not having a permit. They were also informed that such activities should only be held at the designated Freedom Park. After being given 5 minutes to pack up, the protesters complied with the authorities, peacefully dispersed, and concluded the activity with a handshake. In the other news, ANC, the English newscast channel of ABS-CBN, is now on Signal Channel 27, the local news and worldwide stories all in one place. ABS-CBN Corporation and MediaQuest Holdings have quietly renewed their partnership, signaling a potential expansion of collaborations between the two media giants. The development comes after confirmation today. The ANC is the ABS-CBN's English language news channel, which is now available on Signal. ANC or ABS-CBN News Channel is currently accessible on Channel 27 and is offered to subscribers of Signal's prepaid plans for starting at low 500 pesos as well as postpaid plans beginning at 520 pesos. Sources reveal that the agreement was quietly finalized over the past weekend, with both parties expected to continue discussion in the coming days for a border content partnership deal. Among the reported developers is the possible return of ABS-CBN's long-running Sunday noontime program, ASAP, as well as a co-production arrangement between MQuest Ventures and ABS-CBN Studios for TV5's afternoon programming block. The project may also be simulcast across Kapamilya platforms including A to Z, Kapamilya Channel, and ABS-CBN's block on All TV2. There are also indications that ABS-CBN programs could make a comeback on TV5's primetime lineup. However, sources noted that only the 8 p.m. slot may be made available, as later time slots are reportedly reserved for TV5's in-house production, such as Secret in Prague and My Best Friend Eman. While details remains limited, the renewed collaboration marks another step in strengthening ties between the two networks, potentially reshaping the Philippine television landscape in the months ahead. And another, ABS-CBN breaks into India via Amazon MX Player deal. ABS-CBN Corporation, controlled by the Lopez family, has inked its first syndication deal in India, teaming up with Amazon MX Player to debut Filipino drama series in one of the world's largest streaming markets. The partnership, finalized by ABS-CBN's International Sales Division, covers 7 drama titles, including the Filipino adaptation of It's Okay Not to Be Okay. The agreement gives ABS-CBN a foothold in India's fast-growing over-the-top sector through Amazon MX Player, an ad-supported video-on-demand platform with more than 250 million monthly active users. The move aligns with viewing trends in India, where an estimated 70% to 80% of OTT watch time is spent on free ad-supported platforms. While Amazon MX Player has traditionally featured Chinese, Korean, and Turkish content, the ABS-CBN lineup marks its first push into Filipino programming. The shows will be dubbed in Hindi and possibly other regional languages. The India entry forms part of ABS-CBN's strategy to monetize its content library across South and Southeast Asia, where several of these titles are already licensed. With more than 50,000 hours of content distributed to over 50 countries, ABS-CBN is expanding its global reach through digital channels, positioning Filipino teleseries alongside widely consumed Korean and Turkish dramas in the region. And our business update, government-procured fuel arrives in the country. Malacanang has confirmed the arrival in the country of a vessel carrying more than 700,000 barrels of Russian crude oil. According to Department of Energy Secretary Sharon Garin, this shipment is part of the first delivery of government-procured fuel that has reached in Luzon, with additional shipments expected to follow in the coming days or weeks. Secretary Garin added that the procurement process for this shipment took about 3 weeks to complete. And that is Philippine Headlines this Friday, March 27, 2026. I'm Apolinario 30 Dignadisi Valencia, and this is Salakot Online Broadcasting Network. Good night, Philippines. Amping kasadya.